Hey everybody, Matt with Wilson Tire here. It's Wednesday, so that means it's another edition of Wilson Tire Wednesday. So today's topic is going to be date codes, DOT numbers on tires. It's something that's super important. A lot of people are completely unaware of it. So it was, like I said, it was one of our top topics to educate you on. So I've got a couple examples of a new DOT and then an older DOT, so you can kind of see the two. If you see the older DOT that I've like, similar to the one I've got here, you're definitely going to want to get rid of that tire because it's a really old DOT. So a little bit of a rundown on the date code, the DOT, Department of Transportation code. It's a series of letters and numbers. The first half dozen numbers that you see really don't mean anything to you. They do have a purpose. They'll tell you the size of the tire, the manufacturer, the line that it ran. So there's some information hidden in those, similar to a VIN number, which people are familiar with. This is basically like the VIN number to a tire. So it tells the information about the tire. So what we're looking at, which is the most important to us and most important to you, is the last 4 digits, or in this one example, the last 3 digits of the DOT. All right, so like I said, I got a couple examples of tires here. I've got a brand new Hankook that we've got that's going to be going on tomorrow, and then I've got an older DOT on a trailer tire to kind of give you an example of the two of them. So starting off with the new DOTs, tire manufacturers are required to put the complete DOT on at least one side of the tire. There's some manufacturers, I want to say Goodyear's one of them, that does put it on both sides on some models of tires. So here's an example of the DOT. It's a partial DOT. This is the inside of the tire, so you won't see this. I say it's always going to start with DOT, and like I said, it's 00TD0FLH1. So that's going to tell me the size of the tire. That's going to tell me the manufacturer and where it was built at. But on the outside of the tire, which is what we're looking for, is the complete DOT. So like I said, it will start with DOT like normal, and then we will also add those numbers on the end there. So we got 2219. So the way that is broken out is the 22, let me get that in focus there. 22 means that it was built in the 22nd week of 2019. So this is a pretty fresh tire. Going to be a good one. Like I said, you can see when exactly it was built. So the National Department of Highway Safety recommends that tires be replaced at 6 to 10 years of age. By 10, they need to be off the road. I believe the way they've got it stated is a tire cannot be sold as a new tire once it turns 6 years old. So be aware of that. A lot of times people will get really good deals at some of the big box stores, chain stores, you know, your Walmart, Sam's Club, Big O, Discount Tires, National Tire and Battery. With them being such a large business, they'll buy the tires in bulk, which allows them to sell them at cheaper rates. But it does allow, when it does give you a little bit of an obstacle, if you have an odd tire size, they'll be sitting on old inventory. So you may not get a tire till it's, 4 or 5 years old. So definitely be aware of that if you decide to shop online or shop at a chain store. It's one thing that you're going to get at an independent tire dealer that you won't get anywhere else, is we usually always have pretty fresh inventory, usually within about a year old, maybe 2, depending on how much stock you get. Sometimes you'll get trailer tires. You may get them in bulk and hang on to them for a little bit, but for the most part, you're getting pretty fresh inventory. So the other example, which is the older tire that I was telling you about, is not going to have a complete DOT, but it's going to look a little bit different. So as you'll see, it starts with DOT like normal. This has got a series of letters and numbers, but then you'll notice that there's only 3 numbers on the end, 495. So prior to 2000, when they started this in the 90s, they did not think to have a 4th digit. So basically what this means here is this was built in the 49th week of 1995. So this tire is definitely beyond its years. You can see visually that's beyond its years. It's dry rotted, which is going to be your most common issue. But we do run across this on a regular basis when it comes to wagons or trailers or golf carts or lawnmowers, you'll run across tires that may look brand new, but they're not holding there anymore. They're seeping by. Well, basically what happens is that rubber breaks down, and then you don't have a good solid air holding device. So becomes very porous. One guy described it to us at the convention one time that you could take a rubber band and put it in a sealed container, and 10 years down the road, try to stretch that rubber band, it's going to snap. So there's really no way to prevent tires from aging. There's some suggestions on how to prevent it, for RVs and such that are not going to be putting very many miles on them. Keeping them covered, try to keep them out of the sunlight. Maybe jack them up so that way they're not getting flat spots on them. So there's a lot of recommendations, but tires are just going to age. It's just kind of what they do. So that being said, that's our information on DOTs. If you have any questions or you're not for sure, we usually try to always, unless the tire indicates an inside-outside or it's rotational, we try to always put the full DOT to the outside of the tire. It's easier for us. It's easier for you to look and see. Like I said, the average consumer replaces their tires every 2 years, 2 to 3 years. Just everyone's traveling that much more. So you usually, if you get a fresh tire, you'll never even run into the 6 to 10 year mark. But it does happen occasionally. So like I said, if you're not for sure, swing by. We can definitely take a look and see how old they are. Check your pressures. We'll do all that stuff for you free of charge. So while I've got you, a couple things I want to mention. Like I said, we try to give you the information like this, like the DOT, but we also try to tell you about rebates. And we've got a couple rebates still going. Like I said last week, I mentioned the Mastercraft, which ends at the end of this month. And then we've also got the Hankook rebate, which, like I said, both those are doubled up to $120 if you do the 6 months same as cash financing. But we also have another rebate that I totally forgot about. Started at the beginning of the month. Luckily, it runs 2 months though, so we still got plenty of time. It's the Kumho rebate on select Kumho tires, and I'll try to get some information posted on our Facebook page later on tonight or tomorrow on exactly which tires they are. They've got up to $70. But instead of like your normal rebates where you've got to mail them in, these are instant rebates. So I can offer them to you in store. So when I tell you it's a $70 rebate, it's gonna be $70 off of your ticket today versus having to wait 6 to 10 weeks to have it come back in the mail on a prepaid Visa or MasterCard. So really love this idea. I wish all my manufacturers would do this. It'd be so much easier, and they could just cut me a check versus you guys having to run through all the hoops and do that, and then wait forever to get your money back. So take advantage of that. Kumho's a really good tire. It's one we've had really good luck with. There's not a whole lot of tires around here that can handle the gravel. Kumho's one that we do have good luck with and still get really good highway miles. So Jackson County is unique for having consumers who need to handle both. So Kumho's one of those tires that will do that for you. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to shoot us a message. Tonight's parade night, so we will see you out at the parade. Look forward to seeing you guys. We've got a pretty cool float this year. So if you guys, like I said, if you have any questions, give us a call, 785-362-TIRE, or check us out online at wilsontireks.com. Thanks a lot.